Hi everyone. Our group member is Wang Xinghao and Wang Mengyan. This is the contents. Everyone, you can check our contents. Good morning, everyone. Today, our group will present Sweden, health development and sustainability. Sweden is widely recognized as one of the world's healthiest and most developed countries. However, what makes Sweden truly remarkable is not its high quality of life, but also its ability to balance economic growth, welfare, and environment sustainability. In today's presentation, we will examine Sweden's public health performance, evaluate its sustainable development through HDI and PHDI, analyze the key policies behind its success, and finally discuss what other countries can learn from Swedish model. Let's begin with Sweden's health profile. Sweden has built a healthcare system based on four important principles: equity, accessibility, prevention, and convenience. Every citizen has access to higher quality healthcare throughout different stages of life. Because of this, Sweden has become an international benchmark for public health. Looking at the health indicators, Sweden performs exceptionally well. First, the average life expectancy is 83.3 years, which is significantly higher than European Union average of 18.5 years. Second, Sweden's health life expectancy or health reached 71.9 years. Means that Swedish people not only live longer, but they also spend most of their lives in good health. These outstanding outcomes are supported by universal healthcare coverage, strong social welfare programs, and emphasis on health quality. Despite these achievements, Sweden still faces important health challenges. The biggest challenge comes from non-communicable disease, disease, cardiovascular and disease and cancer. Together, they account for almost 70% of all deaths. Hypertension is the leading risk factor for cardiovascular disease, making prevention and long-term management a major priority. At the same time, Sweden has been very successful in reducing behavioral risks such as smoking and successful alcohol consumption through health education, government regulation, and promoting health lifestyles. Now let's move to Sweden's development assessment, the core part of our sustainability analysis today. The food evaluates a country's real long-term development instead of just short-term economic gains. We will compare two vital indicators: the Standard Human Development Index, known as HDI, and Planetary Progress Adjusted Human Development Index, abbreviated as PHDI. These two metrics work together to tell us how balanced Sweden's growth is between human well-being and ecological protection. First, let's recap with the HDI covers. The classic HDI framework only focuses on three human-shaped dimensions: average education attainment, population health reflected by life expectancy, and national income per capita. It perfectly measures how well a nation delivers basic welfare to its residents, which explains why Sweden consistently ranks high among the top countries in the global HDI rankings, with high scores in schooling, healthcare, and living standards. However, HDI has a clear limitation. It completely ignores the environmental cost behind human progress. That's exactly what PHDI makes up for its defects. On the top of all HDI social and economic factors. PHDI as critical planetary pressure variables, including national carbon dioxide emissions, fossil fuel reliance, no renewable resource consumption, biodiversity loss, and ecological footprint. It penalize national that boost residents' quality of life by over exploiting nature resources or polluting the environment. By putting HDI and PHDI side by side for Sweden, this comparison lets us answer key research questions. Is Sweden's high level of human development truly sustainable in the long run? If the gap between its HDI score has PhDI score stays narrow, it proves the country can maintain public well-being without severely damaging the planet. If the gap wide, it means Sweden's social progress still comes with heavy environmental burdens that cannot be sustained for the future. The dual index analysis is the foundation for our later discussion on Sweden's sustainable development strategies, as give us objective quantitative evidence rather than only subjective judgments.
Countries like Norway and Australia have very high HDI scores, but their ranking falls significantly after environmental pressures are included. In countryside, Sweden experiences only a 15.5% decline, and its PhDI ranking is actually higher than its HDI ranking. This demonstrates that Sweden has successfully achieved high human development while uh, maintaining relatively low environmental pressure. In other words, Sweden provides that economy, presently and environmental sustainable can go hand in hand. So how did Sweden get the perfect balance? One big reason is its greater shift to cleaner energy. Sweden was the first country in the world to start a carbon tax back 1991. Right now, more than 90% its power comes from green energy like water power, nuclear power, wind power, and biofuel energy. By sticking to this plan for many years, Sweden cut down its carbon pollution and kept its economic growth steadily at the same time. Another important point is Sweden's risk and risiko economy. Sweden built a really good recycling system. Over 90% of drink bottles and pink bags get rid of recycling. For strains that can't not recycle, Sweden brings it safely to make electronic and hurting of people. Still, Sweden knows recycling isn't everything, so now it's trying to make less waste from the start. It pushes people to fix old things, remake products, and make companies take full responsibility for their goods after use. This makes the wheel economy greener and save more national reasons. All in all, Sweden tells us the sustainability development need three key parts to work together: green the economy, fair life for everyone, and protecting nature. It works well balanced. because Sweden spends money on public medical care, makes long-term green rules, use more clear power, and build a fewer risky statement. Stanway's story shows us going green isn't only about saving the planet. It means building a society where everyone can stay healthy, find a good job, and live a nice life all at once. Other countries can learn a lot of Sweden, then they try to develop in eco-friendly ways. Thank you for listening.